Well, we're finally down to the last of the rust repair on this freaking nightmare that we call Nightmare. This is our 76 Mercedes-Benz, a W114. It's a two-door hardtop. It's got the fuel injection drivetrain. It's got all the upgraded interior on it. This car is a collector car. We didn't think we were going to bring it back. All right? We didn't think we were going to bring it back. I told the guy I didn't want to do it. I told him, I don't know how many times, Mr. Mercedes-Benz guy, okay? Mr. Mercedes, listen to me. You're wasting your time. Go buy one. But what happened is it turned into a personal vendetta. It turned into a personal situation with the owner that he was restoring this car for. He wanted to do this for his father. His father wanted him to restore this particular car, this car right here. Didn't matter if it was rotted, rusted, completely shot to shit. Didn't matter if it was the biggest pile of junk in the world. His father wanted this particular car. This is the car that his father wanted when it first came out in Poland. Mr. Mercedes guy is Polish. He grew up in Poland. This car right here was his dad's dream car. This was it. All right? Everybody has a dream car. Everybody has a dream they want to come true. His dad was 89 years old. Last year, his dad passed away. His dad died. Unfortunately, he passed away. But Mr. Mercedes guy continued to build the car. Continued to tell himself, I want this car done. This was my dad's dream car. So I continued to work on it. I didn't want to. I kept telling him, go buy one, do it. But then it finally hit me in the head. And it told me that this car isn't just a car anymore. This was his dad's dream car. This is something that he can get inside and remember his father by. So we're going to finish the car. We have been working on this car for 2 years. It's been a rotisserie pain in the ass. That means that I had it on the rotisserie. You've seen the videos. You know what's going on. I almost died from this son of a bitch. Cut my wrist. It's a 2-inch slash, okay, with a utility knife, taking the glass out.
Not doing a fucking thing.
Oh, motherfucker! Son of a bitch! We busted our ass. We worked on this car. We're almost to the final stage of bodywork and paint. We got some rust to fix. Let's go over what's going on. Let's get this rust nightmare done so we can move down the line.
Welcome to DIY Automotive School with my friend Pete and Minnie, the body shop girl. It's everything you need to know about cars and more.
So if we look right here, we finally found the pieces that we needed. Now what this is the inner part of the rear rocker. Now I call this a floor extension. That's what I call this. Now when I bust this out of here, when I cut this out, all right, we're going to see what's underneath this. I don't remember it looking like this under there, but Maybe it does. Maybe I got it upside down. I think it goes like this. All right, but this is from Germany. It took us 2.5, 3 months to get it. Now, is this going to fit perfect? We don't know, but we're going to have to make it work. This is the lower quarter extension. All right, this is the lower quarter panel. Now remember, we went ahead and replaced the quarter panel on the other side, the full quarter panel. If we would have been able to find a full quarter panel for this side, we would have done the same thing, but we can't find one. They're obsolete. We were lucky to find that one over there, and let me tell you, we paid a lot of money for that quarter panel over there. A lot of money. So we're going to take this piece right here, and it fits in right here. Okay, just like that. And by the looks of it, it actually looks like it fits really nice. It feels like it's a little bit short underneath here. You can kind of see right here what I'm talking about. It feels like it's a little bit, it should have been a little longer. I wish they would have made that longer, and it feels like it's a little bit short. So hopefully we're going to be able to use this piece and use it right. This is actually galvanized steel. I don't like this steel because it's hard to weld. It creates a toxic fume type of smoke that can kill you, for one. And welding galvanized steel is just a dangerous situation, but we're going to have to do what we can do, and we're going to have to use it. And then, of course, we can't forget this. Let me get out of the way there. I have to go get it. What you're looking at right here, this is the tail panel extension. This is our tail light panel. I'm sorry, no extension. But I have got to take this section here, okay, and I got to graph it into the car. We're not going to replace this whole deal. I've already, if you look right here, you can see where I cut the left-hand section out, and I'm going to repeat my process on the right-hand section. This is a very big job when you are taking something like this and making it work in the car. All right? You're probably asking me, why didn't I replace the whole thing? Let me tell you why. To replace this whole thing would actually have taken longer to do, and it would have been a bigger, more extreme job than to replace what we only need. All right? So I'm saving the owner money. At the same time, I'm eliminating work that I don't need to do. And it will come out, you know, just as good or better than if we replace this whole panel. So to get this rust repair in gear, what we're going to do is we're going to mark where we want this one to go. Actually, we're not going to mark it where it's going to go. We're just going to mark it so we know where this area is, and we'll be able to cut it to fit. And just like all rust repairs, we're going to come across here. But you know, we really don't need to go that high. This car has been sandblasted. And if you notice, here's where the bumper goes. But we're going to be using a rear, European bumper on this, so we're not going to use them holes. But this is still rotted and rusted right here, so let me go ahead and mark that just to show everybody where it ends up. Right there. We're going to double check. See, yeah, see, that's where it's ending up at. Right there in that area. You got to really feel at the bottom down here. You got to feel the bottom and make sure that that's going to end up right there. Now, I know that this is a patch panel right here. Somebody welded that in, and we're going to see that when we take this out. This is where our taillight panel connects to this. So, pretty tricky situation. Even though this is our last rust repair section that we're going to do, we got a lot of shit going on. Alright, we went ahead and cut the bulk of the mass out. Let's look at the back of that. You can see it was rotted. Somebody had patched this once before, and if you look right here, you can see where the welds are on here. So they patched that up, and then they went ahead and bonded it, and they also took some type of a glue situation and glued all that together. It's a real mess right here. Okay, so we got this piece right here, which actually goes behind there, and it goes just like this. This is how this piece will go in here. I believe that's what we're looking at here. I'm kind of lost now. I don't believe it goes like that, because the ledge is right here. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see the nightmare that arises on this bullshit when you're trying to get this shit done? This is what happens. This is where the situation says, I'm kind of lost here, my friend Pete. I'm lost here. Well, what we need to do is we need to clean this shit out. That's the first thing we need to do. And we need to get that cleaned out so we can see where our roadmap is fucking leading to, because this is bullshit, is what it is. This is the last of the rust. I want to get it done, okay? I want to be done with it. I want to be over with it. Do the body work, paint the thing, get it out of here. That's what I want to do, all right? Now, we're going to have to replace this, but I want to clean this out. I want to see where this rust, you can see right here where this rust, I want to see where this ends. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to get this, look at that. Okay, do you see the situation? That's what you call cheap-ass bullshit repair. That's cheap-ass. Cheap-ass repair right there. All right, so we got to get this all cleaned out. And look at here, we got a rust hole right here. Look at that. Big rust hole. This is just really amazing. We got fiberglass over here, guys. We got some kind of fiberglass underneath this metal right here. So we got somebody that threw some fiberglass mesh in there and filled all that in. What a fucking joke. You know, this is called a clown act situation for sure. 100% clown act doing repairs like this. You can basically see what's going on here. It's starting to look like one of the Moab ridges. This, if I'm looking at this correctly, kind of resembles that out there, right there. Look at that. I'll tell you, if your mind was on Moab, Utah, and you were working on rust, I mean, you couldn't get any farther from the situation than that right there. That's really, yeah. Yeah, that's what that's looking like. Makes you want to go mountain hiking up in there. Rock climbing. Alright, we finally kind of figured out what kind of jigsaw puzzle we're working with here. So this piece right here, it has like a swoop end, which is right there, and then this is actually going to go right here, see? This actually goes in there just like that. And then, like I said, we got something going on right here. I'm going to get that out of there. Let's go ahead and work on that. I want to see what's going on in this corner here. We've got to cut this corner section off. So here's a good angle on this piece right here. Just more rust. You know, there's two types of rust that we're fixing, okay? We're fixing restoration rust, which is this right here. And then we got rust that we fix that is the most common rust, which is basically from weather. And mostly in the upper states of the United States, that's where you're collecting all this weather rust, okay? And that's where you can buy brand new panels, already manufactured OEM NOS panels. You can buy those from the dealership and then either replace the whole panel or a section of it. When you get into this type of rust, this restoration rust, it's a totally different ball game. It's a situation that will leave you mind-boggling because you're literally building your own jigsaw puzzle. You're making your own jigsaw puzzle and fitting it all together. So I'm really curious to find out what is behind this, and we're going to be replacing this corner. So I'm going to kind of get it out of the way, and I'm going to show you what kind of repair people did over here. And if you look right there, that's what we're talking about. Looky here, it wasn't fiberglass. What it really was is somebody took some screen material. This is actually metal screen material, and you can see up here where the repair's been done, and they've went ahead and filled all that in with Bondo and glue and just whatever they can find to make the repair so they can sell the vehicle. And I'm thinking that's what type of repair this was. Actually, I'm starting to think that this whole car was actually a resale car. They fixed it up to sell it. All right? And this is what you got to watch out for. Stuff like this when you're trying to buy these exotic cars that cost thousands and thousands of dollars. This is the shit that you get right here. And another thing is I'd like to go ahead and throw in, as we're looking at this and talking about buying classic cars, is the internet has basically ruined the car industry on buying and purchasing classic cars, because now it has made people lazy. It's made people lazy to the point that they don't care about looking at the car. They see the pictures. The pictures are awesome. I'll go ahead and buy that car for that much money. I don't care. All right, it looks beautiful. I trust you. And then once they get the car, of course, this is what happens. This is what you get. Shit like this. Now that we went ahead and we basically got all this mocked up over here on the quarter panel, what we got to do now, remember where I cut this out right here? Yeah. Big rust job. Rust, not rush, rust. Don't ever rush the rust job, because if you rush it, it's going to be sloppy and it's not going to be nice, kind of like what we found out over here. Now, I still got to patch our floor up, but I'm not going to do that yet because we're still mocking our quarter panel and our tail panel up. Remember I told you I wasn't going to use this whole panel? There were reasons why. Well, let's just stick with that, because what I've already done, I cut a section out that I need, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to see where this section actually fits on here. And the way that I'm going to line that up is, if you look at these two bumper holes, actually 4 bumper holes, actually the 2 bottom bumper holes, we're going to go ahead and line that up with this. And we can't really line that up perfect because we got all this metal right here that's on top of this metal, and until we actually kind of eyeball it out, and that's what we're going to look like right there, you can see that this piece, this tab right here, fits right here. So we really can't do that, but what we can do is start chopping, dicing, and splicing this piece down so we can get it to fit in here. And that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to start measuring this out. I'm going to start dissecting this one little section here to fit where we got this at. And then once I get that done, we'll come back and hopefully this will all fit together. Now I haven't taken this piece off yet here, and if you look right here, all right, here's that tab right here. This is called a reverse tab, and this is what gives it that one-piece body look, is that these tabs actually spot weld on to the quarter panel. So let me get my scribe tool out. I'm going to start dicing and splicing this thing up, and we're going to get it back in place here, all right, because we know it doesn't go like that. But we do know that it basically goes like that. Okay, we ran into a little situation here, and I'm going to be honest with you. It is a repeat play situation that we normally see with these aftermarket bullshit parts. Now, I sent all the way from Germany for these. So I figured if I went to Germany and I got the parts for a German car from Germany, that they would actually fit and work and be a piece that I can use. But it's not that way. It's not that way. Let me go ahead and show you what we're talking about here, and maybe you'll understand. So if we look right here, this is the inner floor extension. This is the piece that I bought from Germany. It took me like 2 months to get this thing, or whatever, however long it took. We put it in there and it actually looked like it was going to work. But once we got it in the spot where it actually really fits and works properly, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. This thing here, it's trash. That's what it is. Waste of money, trash, down the drain, bam, it's gone. What we do got is we got a pattern that I made from a piece of cardboard. Or should I say poster board, I'm sorry. And then I went ahead and transferred it onto some 18 gauge steel. And then I went ahead and I added approximately 3/4 of an inch metal so I can make my own lip. Because this is what we need. This is what it should be to actually work and fit on our quarter panel. So I have this $60 plus shipping monkey vise up inside the car, the quarter panel. And I thought it was going to work until we actually put the taillight section on. Now, when I put the taillight section on, we know that that's got to line up and be properly fit because we are adding to the taillight panel. And you can see this is one of the reasons why I didn't replace this whole taillight panel, is because this is the problems running. First of all, once this is all welded together, once this is all done, it becomes a unibody car. You don't see any seams. You don't see nothing where everything is welded. So all this has got to line up like this. It's got to all line up perfect and jazzy, so it'll all fit together. And when you look at the side of the car, it'll look like this quarter panel right here. So you kind of see the situation we're having here. So what we did is we took this piece, the monkey vise, we're going to call this, because that's all it is. It's a piece of shit. And we stuck that up in there, and when we stuck that up in there, it didn't line up with anything. It didn't line up with anything, and it was way out of whack. I'm going to go ahead and stick it up in there, and hopefully you're going to see what we're talking about. Alright, so now we're up under the car, and I'm going to go ahead and take this piece, I'm going to slide it in there, and then I'm going to show you what's going on here, okay? So if I take this piece, I can slide it in here like this, okay, and that's the wrong way, it actually goes like this. So if I take this piece and I slide it in here, we got a couple screws holding this quarter panel on, and then I line this up right here. It looks like it lines up really, really nice. Okay? It really looks like it does, and it looks like it fits properly. All right, let's go up on top, and I'm going to show you what the real deal is. So when we look up in here, you can kind of see that it just really doesn't fit properly. There's a big giant gap over here on this end. When we go over there, it's kind of loose, and when I bring it down to where it's supposed to be, it's way down below the floor level where that thing's supposed to be welding on. And then if we look in the back here, there's actually a big air gap right there that will allow moisture and debris to get into the vehicle, and it's not really an airtight fit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take my plasma cutter, and I will cut this out, then I'll bend this lip over, and then I think what we'll have a piece that we can use, and it'll all fit in there properly, and it'll be a snug, airtight fit. Okay, what we got here is we got our piece made, and when we get done with it and get it all mounted in there, it'll look beautiful, and it'll look like all factory original. But let's go ahead and pull it out and see what we had to do. I will go ahead and mold this as I am welding it in. Now, I want to show you something else I got to do. Let me go ahead and get our piece out of here, and you can see it's a tight fit. So that's what we want. Believe it or not, this is actually going to work better than the piece that we bought. Yeah. Alright, looks like we're going to have to melt the glue out there like we've done on the whole car where we had to add. So I'm going to use my cutting torch on this, and hopefully we won't be under there or start anything on fire too long. So let's get down there and get this done. Minnie, the body shop girl, how you doing today?
I'm good.
You haven't been out here working with me?
No, I've been in the house messing around.
Yeah, see, I messed up. I bought you a house that's right next to the shop, so you don't have to come out here no more.
There you go.
I should have bought a house 15 miles away. Then you'd be stuck out here to permanently help me.
Yeah, that would suck.
Kind of like in Dallas, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh. So I'm going to melt that off, and then I got a putty knife here that I'll scrape it off with, and hopefully we won't burn ourselves or start a fire. And then what we'll do to finish this out, once we get all done, we'll come back with Raptor liner and re-Raptor, and if Minnie can look under the car, you can see what's going on. Okay, look at the... Okay, that's all been Raptor lined, so we got to get rid of this big thick stuff here, this god-awful crap is what I call it. You can tell when you got it all off when you take your torch and go across it, and it won't stay on fire. This is real. We've got to get all that off in there before we do any type of welding whatsoever. You can see it's even on the inside here. See how it's on fire on the inside of that? This is one of the worst things Mercedes ever did.
Yeah, you still got fire going.
I know I do. It's all right. It'll soften it up. See the mess this makes? So here's that glue, and you can see it's just a real nightmare. Okay. We got this prepped up. Let me go ahead and show you what I did here. I went ahead and drilled all the holes on the edges for the spot welds. You can see it here and down on the bottom. And then I went ahead and removed that galvanized coating, or whatever it is. Okay, and then when I put this on here, that'll be a flush fit, see? It'll be minimal body work, so. Now right here, we had to butt weld it on this corner because the flange tool wouldn't work, so, you know. Well, today is a very happy day. Congratulations, my friend Pete. Can I do that? Can I congratulate myself and pat myself on the back? Because you know what today is? Today is the day we finished this job. I'm backlit. Let me grab the camera. We're going to flip it around. We're going to check it out and go over the car. This is a good day. This is an awesome day because I am done welding on this car. I don't have to do no more welding. I'm done. I am done welding on this car. We are now on the downhill slide of the situation to make this a concourse restoration that we want. The solutions were found. Everything is fixed, and it's awesome. Awesome, awesome. Congratulations, my friend Pete, for finishing it from the start to the finish and not fucking giving up, bitch. So here we are right here. We're looking at the Nightmare. It said Nightmare on there. It's not a Nightmare anymore. My friend Pete took a piece of shit, totaled out, rotted rust bucket pile of crap, and I turned it into a real car. Okay? This car was so far gone, it should have went to the scrap iron yard. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to bullshit you. It was a scrap iron yard car, and it should have stayed where it came from. But the situation is that Mr. Majestic, owning all the Mercedes that he does, found this thing on the internet. Okay, he found it on the internet, and he said, I want that car. I want it. I don't care. And, you know, that's what happens when you buy cars on the internet. Watch the video that I just posted on that recently about buying cars on the internet, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. So basically, the only thing we got to do to this car now is do the overall body work to it. I've already got the engine compartments all done. Everything's done on it. And get this thing in paint and get it out of here. Awesome situation. I can't believe it. This is a day that I've been waiting for almost 2 years. So you kind of gather how long we've been working on it. This will be a factory OEM factory restoration, meaning that it ain't going to have no modifications done to it, and it will be a concourse restoration when it's done. But will my friend Pete be able to see it done? Probably not, because I'm in Moab, Utah, Southwest Ride Custom. Thank you very much. If you're looking for any work, you want some honest work done, I'm going to advertise for myself now. Call my friend Pete. Call me. In the description is all my information. And let's talk about it. But the real deal is this car is done. It's a done deal, and we are on the downslide. So section part 1 of this restoration is done. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and following down the storyline of this deal. It's been a rocky road. It's been a bloody road. It's been a road that is unbelievable. Go to section 2 of this video set and watch us finish it out as we do all the body work and get her done. Doing it right, doing it right. If you're not doing it right, we already know the answer. You ain't doing it at all, bitch. We'll see you later.
Thanks for watching DIY Automotive School. Classes don't stop till you know everything.